Now the CPC is setting new directions for the coming 5 years and is ready to lead Chinese people to realize the second centenary goal. So I really want to know how expats living in China would see this. So in this episode, I'll talk to Iain Inglis, who is a member of the Communist Party of Britain. Hi Iain, how are you doing today?
Hi Abby, how are you doing? Nice to see you again.
Yeah, long time no see. Well, I know you've also been following the 20th CPC National Congress. So as a CPB member, what's your takeaway from the report?
Well, I noticed that the Chinese word 人民, in English we can say people or even the people, appeared in Comrade Xi Jinping's speech quite a lot of times. He credited both party members but also the Chinese people for having achieved the first centennial goals. The establishment of New China, the development of the economy, reform and opening up, the elimination of absolute poverty, none of these could have been achieved without the joint efforts of the party on the one hand, but also the Chinese people on the other. Another key word that came up a lot was modernization. It tells us that we can expect a unique Chinese way towards a modernized era. China will of course continue its modernization drive, but focusing now on high quality development rather than on quantity or simply GDP indicators, GDP numbers. So production based on innovation and creativity, as well as more accurate, more targeted indicators of the quality of all aspects of people's lives, with an emphasis on social sustainability, not simply economic sustainability or environmental sustainability. And these are regarded as key to the country's modernization campaign. And I think that this modernization campaign could serve as a model for other developing countries to follow.
All right, thank you. And I saw from your WeChat moments that you shared a quote from the report, China will never seek hegemony or engage in expansionism.
Well, we live in an ever more unstable world, unpredictable. There are conflicts breaking out all the time. The latest major one perhaps in the Ukraine. But China has always followed and adhered to its peaceful foreign policy. So despite continued provocations by the US and other countries, most recently we saw that in a visit to Taiwan by the reprehensible Nancy Pelosi. China still reacted with great restraint in the face of what was a deliberate affront to China's sovereignty and territorial integrity, and in contravention of the US's own policy, because of course the US recognizes the One China policy. It just goes to show that China does not want war, unlike the US that seems to love nothing else.
Well, like you said, we are facing unprecedented challenges recently. So even that we are at such a crucial moment, China is still unswerving to open it up, and opening up will be broader, wider, and deeper. And the report specially says that we will work faster to build the Hainan Free Trade Port. So can you tell us more on that?
Here where I live in Hainan, a couple of years ago, as you pointed out, it was announced that the Hainan Free Trade Port would be constructed. Now this is a lengthy and ambitious undertaking and will take obviously a very long time, decades to achieve in its entirety. But it has already succeeded in attracting large amounts of investment, both from over China and the world into the province. And these investments, of course, cannot help but drive the local economy and provide opportunities to the local people. Now, the focus of the free trade port itself will be on opening up trade and investment. Entry and exit requirements will be simplified to allow the movement of people. Transportation will be further improved and already has been, and there will be various tax incentives introduced. More and more companies are already setting up here thanks to the policy of the free flow of capital. Now, more broadly and thinking more long term, China's continued opening up, reform and opening up, will not only benefit China and the Chinese people, but also many other countries, notably those of the global south. For instance, China has been credited with offering many African countries a way out of the debt trap and their constant state of underdevelopment by offering win-win development deals. So if China had not embarked along its current path of reform and opening up and forever deepening and changing its specific strategy with regards to reform and opening up, then I don't think it would have the wherewithal to do what it does. And I think also it's important to note that the benefits of China's reform and opening up are felt and will continue to be felt far beyond China's own borders.